SONA. Alamin natin ang reaksyon ng saloobin po ng mga negosyante ng ating business sector. Kasama natin ang Chairman Emeritus ng Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, si Sir George Barcelon. Good morning po, Sir George, Christian at Robert po sa Tandem ng Bayan.
Good morning, Christian, tsaka Robert. Thank you for inviting me.
Opo, siguro let's start the discussion, Sir George, sa yung initial reaction lang po muna ng business groups po dito sa naging talumpati ng Pangulo sa kanyang SONA. May mga binanggit po siyang update at report sa ekonomiya, may mga pagpupush din po sa mga adjustments sa ating tax policy. Go ahead, sir.
Yung mga bagay na yan, which is nice to know, no, that the government on the power side is trying to make the power more priced more reasonably. Kasi sa industriya, we have to have a competitive pricing on the power. At saka yung may balak na tungkol sa IPIRA. This is something that the private sectors have been requesting so that, again, this is talking about the efficiency of the distribution and the fairness of the power price. But yung isang bagay na hindi nabanggit ni President, yung first quarter GDP growth natin, napakababa, 2.8%. And then also for the second quarter, halos ganito rin, no? Masyadong mababa. So that has a big effect on the business sector. Primarily, it's just looking at the data, it's very telling already. One of the facts is that because of the flood project scandal, napahinto yung mga project, mga expenses. Dapat nga, they should be selective kung ang mga project na talagang kailangan, and they should find funds for it. Alam natin na maraming pera na wala, pero maraming pera pa ang gobyerno kasi sa GAA medyo malaki rin ang budget for that. No? So we're hoping that the government can be more selective, no, on the project, on the contractor, para matuloy yung mga kailangan ng project. On the side of the yung pangako ni President tungkol sa 20 pesos ang bigas, I think that has helped, no. I read somewhere that nakakatulong sa mga mahihirap. There are about 12 million individuals that have been benefited from that. On the job side, sad to say, yung ano natin, yung unemployment natin tumaas, no? Before last year it was hovering like 4%. Ngayon medyo malapit na sa 5% ang unemployment. And correspondingly, yung underemployment mataas pa rin. The fact that the economy has slowed down a bit, has contracted, no? Hindi naman sa lahat nagawa natin, but there should be some issues that has to be addressed.
Opo, yung IPIRA po na highlight po ng presidente dahil nga po kanyang binanggit na kailangan nang tanggalin yung system loss, and possible po na baka madami din yung VAT at iba pa mga charges sa sinisingil po sa mga consumer. Meron po bang magiging epekto yon, just in case, Sir George, sa mga negosyo or sa investors' confidence po sa atin, yung ganung adjustment?
Definitely. I mean, when any cost reduction on power is welcome. Okay?
Yes.
The fact that I heard recently that our cost is now highest, no? Even higher than Singapore. Singapore is one of the highest. Kasi medyo ang negosyo nila is high value, no? High value intellectual work and services. But that being said, I heard news also na yung oil exploration natin merong positive results na hindi naman kagad, no? I think we have to wait for a couple of maybe 5 years, 6 years before they can really maximize on the oil exploration.
Sir
Yes.
George, sa SONA rin ng Pangulo, nabanggit niya yung posible na pagbubukas ng mga nuclear power plant. Sa
Mm-mm.
panig ng business sector, ano ang pagtanggap ng business sector sa ganitong proposal ng Pangulo? Yung iba kasi may mga community na natatakot.
Opo.
Pero mayroon kaya tayong mga negosyante na mag-venture sa ganito considering na may hesitation yung mga community pagdating sa issue na yan?
Karamihan ng business sector, sa tingin ko in favor, no?
Mhm.
Kasi marami naman bagong development tungkol sa nuclear power. I just
Mhm.
attended the World Economic Forum last month in Dalian, China, and one of the topics is about the future of energy.
Mhm.
Kaya may mga modular nuclear power, may mga molten thorium salt, may mga ibang development. So I think we should pursue that, but we should give all due diligence kasi nuclear pa rin eh. Ang ano diyan, alam mo, when we talk about going into nuclear, hindi naman sa just because we want it, no?
Opo.
Because this is highly regulated. Highly regulated by the international nuclear agencies. But again, this thing takes any project of related to nuclear is about 7 to 8 years away. Hindi kaagad, 7 to 8 years away. So that somehow impacts on our pivoting to AI, no? Yung
Mhm.
AI, talagang kailangan really massive availability of power. Just to give you a sort of a data to
Opo, opo.
lean on,
Mm-mm.
ang mga bansa that are into this hyperscaler or AI, ang energy nila is 7 to 10,000 kilowatt per capita.
Mhm.
Ang kuryente natin, ang availability ng power dito sa atin is only 1,000 kilowatt per capita. So malayo tayo.
Malayo, malayo.
Yeah. But at least knowing that, I hope that the government will pursue many of the projects that are started by the administration of BBM are good, like the bridge between Bataan and Cavite. Those are all good projects.
Mm-mm.
But don't expect it, well, I hope it's closely monitored, no? Unlike the mga flood protection project natin. Pero,
Yes.
pero I heard from Secretary Vince Dizon, this will take beyond the term of BBM, and even after whoever takes over, baka di pa matapos yun. Kasi 30 kilometer eh. One thing I would express the concern
Mm.
is that yung utang natin ngayon, malaki.
Opo.
We're now 19 trillion ang utang natin. Okay? And the budget deficit also. So, it's good naman the President has mentioned some of these projects that would help the needy and to boost up our economy. But the question is, where do we get the money?
Mhm.
Lately, of course, we have the wage increase, no? Na magsimula itong linggo. Of course, that is, we hope not, no? But it can be inflationary. Baka, ang alam ko, may balak ang BSP to increase the interest rate, no? And that is definitely a challenge to businesses in the fact that your cost of operations becomes higher.
Apo. Sir George, may implication din ba yung sinabi ng Pangulo na hinihikayat niya yung Kongreso na i-expand yung annual income tax exemption threshold para daw po mas mataas na yung natitake home na sahod po ng mga manggagawa? Although, siyempre sa usapin ng tax, ang ikinabang naman dyan ay gobyerno. Pero sa parte po ng mga negosyo, may epekto din po ba yung ganong possible measure?
Kung mas maraming pera na yung sa mga manggagawa natin, sa mga taong bayan, ibig sabihin there's bigger disposal income. So they can spend more. Okay, so that's good. But again, with inflation, with the higher cost being passed on to consumer, they may not be really benefiting, no? And one of the concern also, I know that this was not mentioned, kasi yung General Appropriation Act for next year, 2027,
Mm.
from what I've read, no, there's an increase of 500 billion pesos. So my concern is ano bang justification sa laking increase na 500 billion? Okay? And the thing is, are this again for some major projects or really to help the area that we need is like sa education. Laki ng kulang natin sa mga classrooms, no? They were estimating to have, I think, 45,000 classroom. Hanggang ngayon, wala pang kalahati yata eh.
Opo. At hindi
So
po ba baka
those are major issues.
Opo, tsaka hindi po ba baka bawiin naman sa mga negosyo yung buwis na hindi na ikakaltas sa mga manggagawa para lang mabigay yung dagdag na compensation sa kanila or hindi mabawasan yung kanilang kinikita?
Ang take ko dyan, whatever that kung nakakatulong sa mga manggagawa, that's good, no? But on the flip side, ang collection naman ng gobyerno would be less. As I said, laki ng government deficit natin and the businessmen are feeling the pinch. Because yung pera naman, yung mga pera sa gobyerno, galing sa taxpayer.
Mm-mm.
So of course, if you're a taxpayer, you're a bit concerned, baka babaksak sa'yo.
Sir George, last part, last question na lang sa akin. Ano? Doon sa mga present situation natin dito sa Pilipinas, sa ekonomiya natin, at syempre yung mga batas natin, plus yung binanggit ng Pangulo ng mga pagbabago, masasabi ba natin na pwedeng maka-entice ito ng mga foreign investors para sa atin magpunta kaysa sa mga karating bansa natin?
Alam mo mga investors, they study carefully. Hindi basta-basta kung saan ang lalabas yung pera nila sa isang bansa. The bottom line is we have to be competitive. We have to be competitive in our power. We have to be competitive in our electricity costs. We have to be competitive in governance. Alam mo yung mga ibang bansa, nakita natin sa ASEAN, nakita natin nag-uunlad sila. But I will tell you frankly, the government is responsible. Hindi naman lahat na babaksak sa negosyante. I think when we're seeing countries that has advanced themselves, look at their government. The government officials elected are very, responsible in that matter. So I would like also to look forward that after what had happened last year, yung binanggit ni President tungkol sa mga corruption, sabi ni President, mahiya naman kayo, no? I hope that's a lesson to be learned. And then please, I think that people in the authority should gauge that how are they helping. Okay, so that's what I can say.
Alright. Sir George, maraming salamat po sa pagbibigay ng at least point of view ng mga negosyante po dito sa mga binanggit ng Pangulo sa kanyang SONA. At sabay-sabay po tayong mag-aabang kung ano nga po ang magiging implication at implementation ng mga policies na ito moving forward para po sa sektor ng mga nagnenegosyo. Salamat po, Sir George.
Thank you,
Sige,
sir.
Robert, Christian, maraming salamat din.
Maraming salamat po. Si Sir George Barcelon, ang Chairman Emeritus ng Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, PCCI. Malaking benefit yun para sa atin, partner, kung talagang maitutuloy yung expanded na tax exemption sa mga manggagawa, di ba?